the 16 Days of Activism is Lola Ibrahim. She's a gender activist, advocate actually, and president of Women Against Violence and Exploitation. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ibrahim, for joining us on the news.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure always.
Yeah. We've listened to a couple of reports. So looks like tackling sexual and gender-based violence is a Herculean task. Why is it so difficult? What are the challenges you as an actor face in eliminating this menace?
It's a multidimensional problem that we're tackling.
Okay.
And with the COVID-19 pandemic, the violence against women and girls increased. Initially, we used to say it was 1 in every 3. But the UN reports and the data gathered from about 13 countries, it's now 2 women in every 3 that is being violated. And why are the numbers increasing? Is because a lot of these women do not have access to justice. And even when they report, the relationship between the different agencies that handle these cases, it's a slow process. And that discourages a lot of people, survivors, so to say, from coming forward. Because when you report a case and you don't get justice as at the time due, or when the justice is even delayed, it emboldens the perpetrator, and then, you know, those acts keep occurring. And another factor is the fact that some of these women come from very, very poor backgrounds. And the perpetrators are sometimes stronger, richer, you know, more influential, and that is a burden also on the victims. And then policies, we have policies, but the implementation is slow.
Okay.
You know, so that also affects.
That's another challenge.
That's another challenge.
Now, from the report, one of the reports we actually watched, looks like Lagos State is the only state with a specialized court. Why are other states foot dragging?
I think it's lack of political will.
Okay.
It's lack of political will because when you have people make promises during their campaign, and then when you even look at the population, you look at the demographics, we have more women who are eligible voters, and then we have more men at the helm of affairs.
Okay.
So why is it Lagos State only that has special courts? Because we do not push enough. CSOs need to do more. We need to do more advocacy, we need to speak out more, and we need to ensure that those we put at the helm of affairs actually have the interest of women at heart, not just during campaign they make those promises and they don't fulfill them.
So what should we be telling our girls?
Our girls, we need to
and our boys as well, because most times people say we forget to groom the boys.
No, that's not, it's the society that has, you know, put that mindset in the boy child that is superior to the girl child. So what we need to tell both sexes is they are equal. And that's what we advocates are asking for, equity. And I don't think that's too much. So we need to tell girls that they are valid. We need to tell girls that what a boy can do, the girl too can also do it. And we need to make both of them understand the importance of having girls go to school and not just boys. And when girls know that if they can, you know, if they have the power, they can do more, they can excel, they'll be willing to go to school and, you know, just generally fulfill their potentials.
Okay. Now, every year we actually commemorate 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. What are critical stakeholders doing to ensure that if we have reduced figures? Because the reports we've been having, the figures are really not, they are disturbing actually.
That's true. It is sad to know that in spite of the efforts that advocates do, you know, we still have a lot of these cases. I think what advocates need to do is to provide social support nets for victims, yes. So when victims know that when they report, you know, they have the full support and nobody will doubt. And then sometimes the victims themselves or even their families put pressure on the victims to withdraw these cases. So you see, it's double-pronged. Victims need to come out and report, and they need to be able to go through. So advocates need to provide social support for victims and let them know that, look, your confidentiality is secured, you know, when you report. And then we need to expedite judicial systems. We need to have different agencies handling different cases come together rather than, you know, work separately or as rivals. Exactly, we need a synergy between NAPTI, between the police, between the judiciary, even between sister CSOs. CSOs doing the same thing need to align. The space is wide enough, but the people need to see exactly what we are doing, and they need to be reassured that if they come forward with their cases, they will get the justice they deserve.
Justice as it is. Mrs. Lola Ibrahim, thank you so much for your time.
It's a pleasure.